They are feeling the pain now that you walked away. For many years, people have expected for you to stand flat-footed and engage in low energy activities, engage in arguments, disputes, controversy, and just dark-sided things. God has awakened you in your mind, and you realize that that doesn't glorify God and it doesn't make you feel good. So now you've gotten to a place in your life that you've walked away. You've walked away and you have adopted the mindset of Abraham, the father of faith. You understand that the most significant thing that you could ever do is believe God and trust him with your life as you walk into a formless future. See, for many of us, we have been anchored in dysfunction and anchored in toxic relationship, anchored and trying to prove ourselves to somebody that shows us that we're not valued, nor are we important, anchored, and trying to win the hearts of somebody that the devil is using to utterly destroy you, distract us, and keep us in a web of dysfunction and confusion. And now that you have walked away from that vessel, that group, them people, that company, whatever, that the enemy was using to take you down, they can't handle it. I want you to understand that they are sitting there today thinking about every foul thing that they have done to you throughout the years. They have many times to sit back and reflect on how they allowed Lucifer himself to use them. They are fiending and craving and just wanting you to come back into their experience because they understand that it was the Spirit of God on the inside of you that they fed on for their very, very life. They want you to come back into their experience so they can feel better about themselves because they've had their life to get their act together and they ain't got it together yet. So now you care more about your relationship with God and yourself than the relationship with an absolute fool and a clown that the devil has used for years to take you down. So now they sit empty in empty rooms, in empty houses, in empty organizations. Everything that they have is hollow now because you have left the building. Well, I want you to know something. I'm so proud that you went through the pain to gain access to you. I want to say it one more time. I am so proud that you went through the pain to gain access to the real you, to gain access to God for real. Not something that's superficial where we go into a building and we jump and we clap and we shout. I'm talking about something that's for real, that's like a new anchor in your life, a new set point, a baseline to kind of hold you in position to know that regardless to what comes and goes in my life, I got this relationship. This relationship is the most important relationship because I want you to understand from day one, the enemy has used religion and different men in this environment and some women to make us feel less than. I want you to understand this, that whole thing that they had going about a woman is gonna, like yearn for a man and want a man for all the days of their life. That is the biggest lie from hell that I have ever heard before in my entire life. The only relationship me as a whole completely healed woman of God yearn for and crave and can't live without is my relationship with God. I want you to understand that sometimes the devil will put his hand even in the word of God to twist it around to get us as women to put our attention on a man, to where we idolize a man, to where they tell us through their lies that we will yearn for a man for the rest of our lives. I want you to understand that that's a lie lie from the pit of hell. The only thing that a whole woman will ever yearn for the rest of her life is that relationship with the Most High. And I want you to understand that it's time to wake up and understand that some people have put edits and they have moved words around to support their agenda. And I want you to understand that you walking away from certain things and you not falling for the okie doke and you really awakening to who you sincerely are, you are able to let God show you where people have put their hands, even in his words, to control you. And I want you to understand that it is no better relationship that you will ever yearn for, that you will ever seek after, than the relationship of the one that created you. So all that other nonsense to put man on a pedestal, to make women think that they need a man to be whole and complete, is a lie from the pit of hell. And I want every woman that's watching this today to understand this one thing, that gig is completely up. Centering men is completely overread. The only thing that we're centering is the spirit of the Most High. The only thing that we can't live without is the spirit of the Most High. The only thing that I will always yearn to be in communion with for every day of my life and every breath that I take is the spirit of the Most High. And it ain't no man that I'm going to put and idolize to wish he would pick me so that I can be complete. I've already been bought. I've already been covered in the blood. I've already been redeemed. And the only relationship for us as women that is the most profound, the most meaningful, the most miraculous, the most loving, the most forgiving, the most nurturing, the most satisfying is the Spirit of God, that relationship. So they can take that verse, come on somebody, they can take that point, okay, and stop speaking curses over people's lives, because God has awakened, the real tribes that they have separated from the beginning of time. And we are standing 10 toes down in what we know that is the truth. And men and women from around this whole world know that the most significant thing that you could ever do is love God, seek him, that relationship, and walk away from anybody that don't honor you. They were happy yesterday, but they feeling all kind of pain, frustration, and anguish today because they're living a life that does not include you. And until the next video, guys, peace, because I still be believing in you. Bye now.